Ladies and gentlemen, it's October 4th, 2020. I'm in Norwich, Connecticut. I'm going to cover some territory today. It's a Sunday that I haven't covered in the past. I'm trying to map every single road in Norwich, basically for historic preservation purposes. It's a project I've been working on for several weeks, a few months maybe. But first off, I'm going to cover Uncas on the Thames. Big sign out in front of it. It says, State of Connecticut, Uncas on the Thames, 401 West Thames Street. Haven't covered this yet. It's an important landmark in Norwich, Connecticut. And I'm going to drive around the campus. To my left used to be a nurse's residence. Now I believe it is, let me read the sign. Well, it says nurse's building. I think it's the Martin House. I could be wrong. Straight ahead is the Southeastern Mental Health Authority building. This used to be a tuberculosis hospital many years ago. Buildings were demolished, and some buildings were demolished and replaced with new buildings, such as the one on my left. I'm going to read some signs. Brief care program is back here. Southeastern Mental Health Authority receiving sign back here. DSS client parking. I'm just reading the signs. Department of Developmental Services, South Regional Office, DDS employee parking, Department of Social Services, Uncas Health District. That hospital to my left used to be a large, it's called the Campbell Building. Apparently there's a cafeteria in there right now. There used to be a cancer hospital for many, many years, but it's not functioning as a cancer hospital anymore. Speed limit up here is 15 miles per hour, which kind of makes sense. Department of Social Services employee parking only. I was going to pull in there, but there's a security car over there, so I don't want to draw any attention to myself with this camera attached to my car, so we're going to bypass the back of the building. But let's see, straight ahead, Department of Social Services, TVCCA building. All right, let me go behind. I don't know if I want to go behind this or not. Well, man, I'm kind of rolling the dice a little bit here. Yeah, I gotta play it safe. This is the TVCCA building, apparently. That's what the sign says, so I'm gonna believe that. There's some older buildings directly ahead of me that look like storage units. Nice old garage there. Beautiful construction, stone construction. There's another brick building of some sort, storage building. There's another maintenance department building right there. Just kind of randomly driving around. There's a back view of the Southeastern Mental Health Authority, new construction, relatively new. I mean, I would say within the last 20 years compared to the other buildings that have been here for, since the early 1900s. All right, let's try to obey all my little stop signs and everything around here. Okay, so let's get back down on the main road here in the back of this campus. Okay, what does that mean? That means I take a right. Now what happens if I go straight? Let's try that. Get a look at this building up here. In case anybody worked here years ago or whatever. All right, that's interesting. It's an old building. There's no name on it. It seems to be in some disrepair. at least in this section of the building. Maybe it's used as storage, I don't know. All right, let's head down this hill. It's a very hilly area. And we're back out on the main road of the campus. No trespassing sign straight ahead of us. Okay. It's kind of a nice wooded area back here. Beautiful sidewalks to my left. It's all brand new. Nice, look, a little park to my left. I don't know if it's utilized as such, but big parking area to my right. Okay, there, yeah, Martin House parking. Let's get a side view of the Martin House. Department of Revenue Service also down here. I'm just going to sweep around this parking lot real quick. Again, I don't feel like being pulled over by security and questioned about my camera. You know, what am I doing here? This type of thing. But anyways, here's the back of the Martin House. All right, so that was a quick... I'm going to go around one more time, only in the reverse direction. I think I might have missed a few things back here. Some folks out for a walk. But back in the day, many, many years ago, this was pretty much exclusively a tuberculosis or TB hospital, and people would come up here and convalesce, and there was no cure for TB. They used to put them out on the, put patients out on the porch, and they thought fresh air was a good idea. Okay, there's an interesting building, beautiful building. It could be the back of that TVCCA building I think we saw. Yeah, it is. Okay, that's a really nice building. That's an older structure. But the TB hospital, again, there was no cure, so they would put them out, put the patients out on they had these big porches. The building is no longer there, but it had big, huge porches where they could, they were screened in, but they could put folks out on the porch that were suffering from tuberculosis for fresh air, and they believed that was beneficial. I don't think it is something that actually did any good, but again, that's back in the days where there was no treatment that cured tuberculosis. All right, this is just a different angle on the Southeastern Mental Health Authority building, which is on the right. Okay, I'm going to take a gamble. I'm going to go right up to the front of the building. Why is it a gamble? Because I don't want to get nailed by security. All right, that's the front main entrance of the Southeastern Mental Health Authority. Some visitor parking down here. Okay. This is a hill that's really quite elevated. I mean, you can see the Mohegan Sun Casino from up here. There's a few side roads I want to cover down here. Let's take a look. Do I want to go up here? I don't even know if I can do this, but let's try. There's a home there. I believe that's owned by the state of Connecticut. Okay, this is, yeah, this house is down here. Now, these may be, I don't think these are private residences. I think these are owned by the state of Connecticut. Doctors used to live here. CEOs, doctors that ran, okay, dead end. Doctors that used to run Uncas on the Thames, lived down here, and people that ran the facility were provided with housing, beautiful housing. And it was convenient for them to live right on grounds. If they were needed, they were available. But these homes have been rehabilitated somewhat. I noticed central air conditioning out there. And if I'm not mistaken, there's another road parallel to this to my left. Yeah. That was more doctors' houses. When I was a kid, I had a friend whose mother was a very prominent doctor at Uncas on the Thames, in the Campbell Building Hospital. And they lived right there in that first house. And I used to go down there and play pool and everything. But now it's called Cottage 8, Michael Kerr Respite Program. So doctors and other prominent people used to live on this street as well. So this is all state property. I'm going to turn around here because that ends down there. But that's a pretty, I would say, comprehensive look at Uncas on the Thames. Property as it stands in the year 2020 in the month of October. These are really nice buildings. I mean, they were really built solid as a rock. And this is going to bring us off campus. Okay. Straight ahead of me is Charles Toyota. They sell cars, mainly Toyotas, but they do have a variety of used cars there as well. And we're going to cover some more territory that we haven't covered in the past. Let's take a look at these Uncas condominiums very briefly. Very briefly. I'm going to do a super quick run around here. These are relatively new. Probably built within the last 10 years, maybe, roughly. Speed limit of 5 miles per hour. Whoa. All right, I'm going to turn around immediately, but anyways, you get the gist. They do have garages. A little tight in here. All right. Martin House building is really right up against this property. Got a pretty significant speed bump right ahead of us here. Okay. And let's take a ride. We're going to go down the road here. We're going to take a sharp right. And we're going to cover some more territory. All right, somebody's turning in here. Directly in front of me is Big Harry's Discount Liquor. To the right is Modelo Bar and Grill. Used to be what? I don't know. Other things. I get Bella Fiore. Okay, there's a sign out there. What's this? Northeast Towing and Transport. This garage has been here forever. When I was a kid, I think it was Krieger's Garage, if I'm not mistaken. There seems to be a bunch of, I don't know if these vehicles to my right are impounded, or there is a fence around them. It says private property, so. All right, there's a street up here called Jefferson Avenue. I've never been down here in my life. It's a dead end. Lived in Norwich since 1960, and I've never been down Jefferson Avenue. Let's discover what's happening on Jefferson Avenue. Okay, it's a short road, it's a dead end, and I'm gonna have to turn around pretty much immediately. But there's homes down here, little ranches, and I'm sure I'm not the first person in the world that's ever turned around in that gentleman's driveway. But there's another row that we had not covered previously. I'm trying to get everything in the bank for my the project I've been working on here. This is it's a long-term project, but I think I can pull it off. Let's take a right and go into the Norwich Inn and Spa, another important landmark. Kensington's Restaurant up here, public welcome. Another important landmark. Back in the old days, famous people used to stay here. Maybe they still do, I don't know. Burl Ives once stayed here, the singer. All right, let me do a little. What are the? I got to read these signs. Inn, reception, and spa. So this is really the kind of the main entrance of the building right there. Beautiful building. Absolutely stunning. Very, very important to the city of Norwich. If I'm not mistaken, it's owned by, I don't know, Foxwoods or the Mohegan Sun or one of the tribes. Cottage Villas Clubhouse. There's signs around here. I don't know. I'm not really that familiar with a lot of this territory, but we'll do a little sweep and cover some ground up here. All right, what does this say? Private property, villa owners, registered guests only, no trespassing. Huh. Well, I'm not an owner, I'm not a guest, and I'm probably not allowed in here, so I'm going to turn around. But anyways, there is a kind of a look at these villas that people live in. Right there. So at least we got a glance. I didn't know it was that, right straight ahead, you can get a look at them. I didn't know it was that much of a protected area where you needed clearance to get in there. But I don't live there, so I can't get back there. Can I take a right here? I don't know what that's going to do for me, but let's take a look. All right, it looks like some kind of a... There's tennis courts to my right. Directly in front of me is something called the Cottage, and Human Resources are in there. There's a gentleman walking with a table. A woman with a mask on, very important. Why does she have a mask? Well, COVID-19, which is a coronavirus, is a global pandemic, which we are living through right now in the United States of America, as well as the whole planet Earth is being infected with this virus as we speak. But let's cross that's the best I could do with the spa at Norwich Inn. Let's cross the street here and go to Cove View Towers Luxury Condominiums. This is a relatively new... Please. No trespassing. Private drive. Boy, oh boy. They really shut me down today. Speed limit 10. Now we get a look at this thing. Here we go. It's no trespassing in private, but I still got a shot at this place. And there it is. Big, huge luxury condominium complex. Stop. No trucks. Clearance. Cars only, no parking. I'm not supposed to be going down here, but, you know, for the sake of my historic recordings, video recordings, let's just do it. I'm going to cover as much territory. Can I get out here? Probably not, but let's try it anyways. We might have a good view. Whoa, we do have a good view. I think. I don't even know what I'm viewing. It might be part of the, wow, I gotta get out here and back up. I'm gonna back up right here to get out of here. And maybe you can get a view of the Mohegan Sun across the way there. Yeah, it's kind of through the fence a little bit, but that's the Mohegan Sun. So I guess if you live in that building, you got a pretty good view of the Mohegan Sun. Luxury condominiums, really nice. Beautiful walls to my right. They look to be very old. But I always wanted to cover these little, some of the nooks and crannies, especially Uncas and the Norwich Inn. And these luxury condos, these are important places in the city of Norwich. And we just, we gotta catch it on video. All right. I'm gonna take a left. If we can get out of here. Let's see. We got a little traffic. All right. It's another shot of the Norwich Inn, the entrance. We're on West Thames Street right now in Norwich. We've covered this territory in past videos. I'm not going to dwell on anything here. I've done this more than once. I've done this area more than once. Scranton Chevrolet to my left. It was Mallon Chevrolet for decades, but apparently they're out of business. Or they sold the business. I don't know what transpired. We're actually in Montville for like 3 seconds, and then we quickly jump right back into Norwich. Right now, we're back in Norwich. We're on New London Turnpike right now. We're kind of heading up toward the golf course. The gentleman on my left, Miller's Stamp Shop. He's been there as long as I can remember. The Norwich golf course to my left and right. People out there golfing right now. Let me see if I can pull into this. I think there's a little restaurant up here. What does this thing say here? Norwich Golf Course, established 1910. Also, the Caddyshack restaurant is up here. How do you like that? Norwich Golf Course, established 1910. Boy, this place is packed. And I mean absolutely packed. I'm going to try to pull over here to get you a look at the golf course. Can I drive down here? Whoa, I don't know. It's a dirt road. I don't want to run into any golf carts. I'm going to back out of here. Maybe this goes around. Let's see what happens. I'm on a dirt road. I have no clue where I am. This place is absolutely mobbed. Yeah, I'm turning around. I'm going to turn around. There's people eating right now up at the. And they're outdoors. The waitresses have masks. They have to. It's a very contagious coronavirus. Extremely contagious. As a matter of fact, Connecticut has seen a slight uptick recently. All right, now if I go straight, it kind of gives you a back view of the Norwich Inn condos I was talking about a little while ago. Right to the left. But I want to go back into the Caddyshack area, Norwich Golf Course area, and see if I can swing this vehicle around and get a better view. I don't know. Do not enter. I got to be careful. There's people all over the place in these little golf carts. Today's a perfect day to golf. It's 70 degrees. It's not windy. All right. Golf. Little tiny golf carts in front of me. I hope these people get moving. Yeah, there's people dining out there. That's kind of cool. All right, I got to get out of here. Anyways, we got a glimpse. We used to slide when I was a kid back there at the Norwich Golf Course. There's a big hill. It was called Suicide Hill. I'm sure it still is. We used to slide down there. The thing with Suicide Hill is you'd slide down. It was such a big hill. The fact that you had to walk back up the thing was, kind of a buzzkill. I don't care how old you were. It was brutal. But then you got back up to the top and you said, you know what, let's do it again. And you did. We're back out on New London Turnpike. Norwich Golf Course to the left. To the right, we have Malerba's Golf Driving Range. I'm not going to pull in there. You know what I am going to do? I'll do a quick... Malerba's Farm is on my right. That's an absolutely legendary landmark in Norwich. It's been there forever. There it is, right there. Beautiful view of Malerba's Farm. They got pumpkins. They have fresh fruits, vegetables up here, and corn, and everything you can think of. It's all fantastic. That's Malerba's Farm. And we're going to jump back out onto New London Turnpike on a beautiful day in October of 2020 in Norwich, Connecticut. All right, here's something we got to cover. Very, very important. Three Rivers Community College. There it is. Three Rivers Community College. This used to be the location of Norwich Regional Vocational Tech, otherwise known as Norwich Tech. They demolished it and expanded on further construction and modernization of Three Rivers Community College, which is a really good community college. This all used to be, Norwich Tech. As a matter of fact, straight ahead, if you look down there, you see parking way in the distance there. That used to be a baseball field, a soccer field, all the Norwich Tech athletics. I used to be the scorekeeper of the big league down here. I used to get $9 a game, which was, believe it or not, a lot of money back in them days for one game. I mean, I just basically sat there and kind of had fun keeping score and how many hits and errors and everything that happened, and I got paid for it. I'm trying to line this thing up to get a decent view of this school, but there's a lot of obstacles in my way here. Anyways, there it is. There's something going on out there. People with masks and gowns and I don't know. It's a gathering of some sort out there. Let's drive around the campus a little bit more. Anyway, I'm gonna, just for laughs, I'm gonna take a ride out to this parking lot, only because I used to play out here as a kid. I mean, this place flooded one time. We had a torrential rain storm, and the field flooded, and my brother and me took a boat. We had a rowboat. We didn't live far from here, and we rowed out in the middle of this field right here. We were rowing around in a boat. It sounds crazy, but it's true. I'm assuming they fixed the flood plain in this area. It must have drainage down here now, otherwise it wouldn't be parking all over the place. Anyways, there's a good shot of Mohegan Community College from a different angle. Again, it's all brand new, rehabilitated. And if you want to go to Mohegan Community College, there's a glimpse of the structure. Actually, it says right here, Three Rivers main entrance. All right. Let's get a look at the main entrance. Right there. Main entrance. The school has a fantastic reputation. And it's very important to the city of Norwich. Let's see here. I gotta get my bearings. Looks like a little greenhouse directly in front of us. Probably from, kids take classes or whatever they do, and that's probably one of the little areas back there that they can work in. There's a solar panel back here. All right, let's see. Faculty parking, college permit required. If I'm not mistaken, there's another building. Let's go up here to our right. All right. University of Connecticut, New London County Extension Center. Not really 100% sure what that indicates, but I mean, what is an extension center? I don't know. But anyway you slice it, there it is, right there. It's affiliated somehow with the University of Connecticut. What they do there, I don't know. All right, this is going to give us a kind of a side shot right there of Three Rivers. Okay, what does that say? Three Rivers Middle College Magnet High School, East Wing. I had no idea that they had a magnet high school there. Okay, UConn to London. Okay, the Extension Center. It's just another sign for that. Wow. All right. Apparently there's other things going on in that building other than Three Rivers Community College. Anyways, this is going to bring us back out onto New London Turnpike. I'm reading the sign to the left of me. Three Rivers main entrance. Let's see, north entrance, child care center, receiving, central utility plant. Three Rivers Middle College, Magnet High School. So yeah, there's that's interesting to me. It's also historically significant for future generations looking at this video right now. I'm going to go up a street that is a dead end, Jones Court. I haven't been up here probably in 35, maybe 40 years. It used to be a two-way street, but now it's a one-way street. Due to the fact that two little children were killed, hit by automobiles, probably 40 years or so ago. And they were hit and killed right in this locale, on this street, on separate occasions. It wasn't one accident. It was two separate occasions, which the city officials got together and decided, you know, we got to close this street down, or at least make it one way, so that doesn't happen ever again. I mean, it was a devastating tragedy for the community, and the city of Norwich was shell shocked over the whole incident. And it prompted this 20-mile-per-hour speed limit and a one-way street. Really nice houses down here. It's a lovely neighborhood. Well-kept, manicured lawns. It's a Sunday, and the United States Postal Service truck right in front of me, they're working. Glad we got that street in. Jones Court. All right, this brings us back out onto New London Turnpike. What's down here? Let's go down Nancy Lane. I have never been down here. Well, I've been down here years ago, but as part of my video cover every street in Norwich project, I've never been down here. So one thing, it's going to be kind of tricky to turn around. I'm going to have to turn around this guy's driveway. Doesn't have a really large area at the end where you can kind of swing around, so I got to use this gentleman's driveway, unfortunately. But anyways, we covered that street. You know, we checked that box. Nancy Lane is the name of that. It's a Sunday. There's not tons of traffic. It's a beautiful, bright, mildly cloudy day. When I say mild, I mean there's a couple of clouds here and there. It depends on earlier when I started this drive, it was a little bit cloudier, not overcast, but just, kind of nice white clouds. Right now the sky, there's a few up there, but right now the sky is pretty much, I'd say 95% blue as we head down to London Turnpike. I'm going to try to cover one more area that I haven't covered yet. It's called the Cherry Hill area in Norwich. When I was a kid back in the 60s, if you lived on Cherry Hill, you were like, whoa, they're rich. That was a real prominent, a lot of prominent people lived up on Cherry Hill. We're going down Glenwood Avenue, which will bring us up to Cherry Hill. All right, I'm here. Let's do some other ones. Deerbrook Road. This kind of, this is not considered the Cherry Hill area, technically, but it's right smack next to it. So let's, we got to cover all the roads. That's the goal. That's the project. I mean, I got tons of videos on my YouTube channel where I'm covering every conceivable road in Norwich. I mean, is that possible? Theoretically, sure. Will I be able to pull it off? I hope so. And when I do it, I'm going to do it multiple times. I'm going to do, this winter when we have, it'll be a different look. I'm going to do the roads again. I mean, I'm not going to do every road again, but I'm going to do the significant roads again. All right, I'm going to cross Gifford Street. And this is leading us up into the, quote-unquote Cherry Hill area. Cherry Hill's a road. There are other roads up here, but for some reason, Cherry Hill, at least when I was a kid, that was the kind of the default term that we used to describe this entire area. It's a nice, very nice neighborhood. Most of the homes are built in the 60s. Okay, I'm actually going to turn on to Cherry Hill. The actual Cherry Hill. Right there is Cherry Hill. It's a, kind of a heavily wooded area. It's all big oak trees and all kind of trees. But this is actually Cherry Hill right here, Cherry Hill Road. And we're going to go up and cover a bunch of other streets that connect to this. Really nice houses. They're not brand new, but, they're in mint condition, most of them. I mean, people seem to have a lot of, I don't know whether to go left or right here. This is, I'm going to make some decisions here, folks. On the fly. We're making it up as we go along on Cherry Hill, but we do want to cover everything. All right, Boxwood Lane. I am turning down, I am currently on Boxwood Lane. The leaves are coming down very heavily now. A lot of that has to do with the fact that we had a really bad drought this year. A big sign on my left that says Black Lives Matter. Seems to be a home to my left that is essentially being gutted. It's probably another, a rehabilitation situation. You buy a house at a decent price. You go in, you modernize it, and you sell it for a profit. It seems to be a really popular thing these days. Sometimes known as flipping houses. As we drive down the road, there's a home to my right for sale. English Tudor style houses, big ranch style houses, colonial style homes. Well, a lot of signs up here. There's an election coming up 1 month from today. Signs all over the place up here. We're on Sherwood Lane right now. Okay, Boxwood's to my right, which we did. We covered that. We're covering a lot of Sherwood Lane right now. Cherry Hill's to my right. We covered that. And what do we have here? We have... boy, that sign's hard to read. I guess this is also Sherwood Lane. You turn, but I guess it's still considered Sherwood Lane. Again, there's very similar houses built, in the 60s. Really nice homes. The style is definitely... all right, what is this? Dogwood Lane. All right, let's turn down Dogwood Lane. See that house right there? That's built probably the early 60s. You can tell the style is has that unique quality about it. raised ranch up there, straight ahead. It's another popular style home back in the 60s. But again, this was considered a, wealthy area. I'm sure it still is. Straight ahead is a nice ranch home. I'm going to take a left. It's going to lead to a dead end. It's a beautiful property to my right. There's just a lot of nice houses around here. This is a dead end, but there's a big, giant turnaround. I remember this, so we don't have to worry about this. We don't have to worry about backing up or going in somebody's driveway or anything like that. As we roll down the road on a beautiful, sunny autumn day in the year 2020. This is called Meadow Lane, a very tiny road. Wow. It's a house to my right with a metal roof. You don't see that too often. Again, all beautifully maintained homes and grounds, the shrubs and the flowers. And let's take a right onto Stony Ridge Road. Stony Ridge Road. I mean, some of these houses I would consider a little bit, back in the 60s. I mean, there's a house that I'm going to go around. I want to point it out. It's got big columns, kind of like the White House or something, but it's really a conventional it's a conventional, I would say, colonial style home. But it has huge pillars, as if it were like the White House or a giant mansion. I'm going to turn up Weber Farm Road right now off of Stony Ridge. Again, more beautiful houses up here. Doctors, lawyers, administrators, CEOs. Back in the 60s, that's who lived up here. You know what? I bet they still do. Because a lot of these houses are really, really big. Really expensive. But this is right in the heart of Norwich, Connecticut. I always wanted to cover this, and I think it's important to cover every street, and this is quite a large development in Norwich. And it's imperative that we cover it. I mean, there's some of the houses to my left and right, you probably can't see them. They're kind of buried in the woods, are absolutely gigantic. I think, 5,000 square feet would be fair to say. Anyways, let's see. Okay, I'm going to zero in on that house. It's kind of in the distance. Maybe I can't see it too good, but there's big pillars. It's a nice house, really nice. But, it has giant pillars in front of it. Would that be considered, a tad over the top? Stylistically? Maybe. But if that's your thing, go for it. Why not? If you got it, flaunt it. It's not my style, but that really doesn't matter. Somebody loves that style, and they're living there now, and whoever built it did a beautiful job. All right, this is some of the back end of the Cherry Hill area. We're gonna have to get out of here, so we're gonna get on Sherwood Lane again. And we're going to work our way out of the Cherry Hill development. And it's good I came this way. We can cover some more territory. We haven't really covered this little tiny section here of the Cherry Hill area. Let's see. I came in this way. I think if I go right, I'm going to try something here. I think there's another way out of here. And it'll give us another view of another group of homes. And we can cover another street. As I videotape another large swath of Norwich, Connecticut, for historic preservation, it'll be uploaded to YouTube on my channel. And many, many, many years from now, 20 years, 25 years, 50 years, 100 years, people can look back at this video right now and my other videos that I have up there on my channel, and they can see what it was like to drive around from this perspective of a motor vehicle, what it was like to drive around Norwich, Connecticut in the fall and summer. I did a lot of these in the summer of the year 2020. I mean, I think that's going to be really significant in the future. I mean, that's my view of the situation. All right, we're covering more territory here. We have not been on this road. This is why I wanted to kind of sweep back a little bit. Cover some more of these really nice houses up here on, again, this is Sherwood Lane. Beautiful, beautiful houses. What a nice neighborhood. Brand new on my right. There's a new construction. So there is, you know, there's a lot of homes that were built in the 60s, but there's also a lot of homes that were built recently. Okay, this brings us down to, I'm going to take a wild guess, Gifford Street. Yes, it does. Okay, directly in front of us. You can't see it. It used to be Ford's Pond. There is no pond down there, and there never was. But the city of Norwich used to flood that field back there. And in the winter, it would freeze over, and kids would skate on it. They did that for years. They haven't done it recently, but certainly when I was a teenager, we used to go there all the time. As I proceed down Gifford Street, gentleman to my left mowing the lawn, young lady to my right out for a walk. Other homes to my left and right on Gifford Street. To my right used to be a small farm. Doesn't appear to be operational at the moment. Really nice home to my left with a beautiful stone wall. Still on Gifford. Some new construction to my left and to my right. All right, what do we have here? Let's take a left. We got to cover Greenbrier Road. Greenbrier. I have not been back to Greenbrier Road recently. I mean, I've been here in my life, but not recently. Let's see. I'm turning up a street here that is called Lyman Hill Road. I believe this is a kind of a contained neighborhood. There's one way in and one way out. Again, nice houses. A lot of them built probably, I'm going to say 60s, 70s. Maybe 80s. There's a road up there. I kind of missed it, Tyler. Ah, boy. Do I turn around? This says dead end. Oh, wait a minute. Duncanfield Drive. I am not familiar with this. Duncanfield Drive. Okay, dead end up here. All right, so let me turn around up here. It's going to be tight. I'm not going to be able to do it. I got to go in this guy's driveway. Everybody's got Halloween decorations out. It's going to be a different kind of a Halloween this year because of the coronavirus. They're kind of recommending kids don't go trick-or-treating because of the coronavirus. You know, I mean, it's a lot of exposure for little kids and people. And no, that's not. It makes zero sense to have trick-or-treaters this year. Conventional, traditional trick-or-treating door-to-door makes absolutely no sense. So I think that's. I mean, I haven't really seen any specifics on that yet, but it's not going to happen. Anybody that does it is that's a bad decision. All right, let's work our way out of this neighborhood. This is a really nice neighborhood. It's a home to my left for sale. All right, we're going to jump back out onto Gifford. That was Greenbrier Road, that neighborhood. And let's take a look. Okay. Gifford. Another house for sale to my right. Very nice home. It's under contract. Houses seem to be selling very, very rapidly. Directly in front of us used to be a farm. It's Dudley Street. I'm going to take a left. I don't know. I think it was Montessori School. I don't know if that's still operational or not. It says Montessori Discovery School. There's a mask. Yeah, my assumption is it's still functional. Although, again, with the coronavirus, I don't know if it's actually in session or, children go there or it's remote learning or I don't know. And we're driving down Dudley Street right now. Very heavily wooded area. Definite country feel to this location. It's a quiet area, a very quiet street. Kind of a narrow street, to be honest with you. Not heavily traveled. There's really no reason to drive up here unless you live here, so I think if you live on Dudley, you don't have to worry too much about traffic noise or anything of that nature, or, just traffic in general. All right, this is going to bring me to... I'm going to be crossing over Asylum Street Extension right now. I'm at a four-way stop sign. And if I'm not mistaken, this is going to push me out onto New London Turnpike. And yeah, straight ahead is New London Turnpike. Doctor's offices, Norwich Pediatric Group directly across from me. And other doctor's offices on my right. Residence, private residential homes on my left. Let's go down. I haven't done this one yet. It's another one. Farnham. It's a dead end. Farnham Road. Okay, there's something down here called Otter Self-Storage, but we can't get in there. But anyways, it's not the most exciting thing in the world to see, but if you can get a glimpse with that camera, it's a self-storage facility where if you have things that need to be stored off-site, off out of your home, this is one of the places you can do it in Norwich, Connecticut. As we get ready to jump back out onto New London Turnpike. And I'm pretty much at the end of the line here, folks. I mean, we've covered a lot of this territory before that's straight ahead of me. But the areas that I covered today we haven't covered. I'm really happy about that. So we've documented a significant portion of Norwich today and some important landmarks. And I'm satisfied with what we did today. So as I drive up the road here, I'm getting ready right now. I'm crossing the Yannick River right now. I'm on a bridge, and I'm gonna conclude the video right now. Thanks for joining me, folks.